when there's been a lot of noise about Nick Saban appearing at SEC Media Days, and before Paul Finebaum from ESPN defending Cam Robinson, his star defensive tackle, who was arrested early in May along with Hootie Jones, a defensive back, for possession of marijuana and allegedly possession of a stolen gun. And I say that because the charges were completely dropped by the district attorney, something that seemed to upset Paul Finebaum. And Finebaum felt by his question that Robinson should have been suspended for the first game against USC, but he was not. And Saban gave a very strong and powerful explanation. He said, look, we've internally disciplined these two players. The DA hasn't filed any charges, and that's it. He said that they're both going through their punishments. For example, I found a listing where Cam Robinson has successfully completed his police ride-along obligations. So, fine. But this whole story that is behind this, once again, is race, because in the questions that were passed at SEC Media Day, it took Finebaum to come off like a tone-deaf white guy. And I say tone-deaf with respect to the moment of the past 2 weeks, where we had two African-American young men, Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, shot by police officers. And in Castile's case, as many of you know, Castile said, hey, look, I've got a gun, and he got shot anyway. Well, guess what? Cam Robinson said, I've got a gun here in my lap, or excuse me, Mr. Jones did, not Cam Robinson. Robinson had the marijuana, Jones had the gun. Jones said, hey, there's a gun in my lap. He didn't get shot. They didn't get arrested. And yet no one bothers to tell the story of two young black men who were treated by the police like anyone else, regardless of color at that age, white or Asian or Hispanic or anything. And that's to be applauded because, yeah, these are teenagers, okay, coming into college who are away from the watchful eye of their parents for the first time, out to have fun. They go to a park that's closed. They don't go to the park because they know that it's closed to do something around the reasons why the park was originally closed, which is male prostitution. They went over to the park because it's dark and they can smoke and it's okay. Not only that, possession in marijuana is legal to a certain point of gram weight. And Louisiana is an open carry state. So you put those two together, you got nothing. You got nothing. You had two people in the back of the car, I don't know what color they were, weren't arrested. No one talks about them. The police report doesn't mention them, which is interesting. But the bottom line is, the real, to me, conversation should be a celebration of the fact that these two gentlemen weren't shot. They were not shot by the police, okay? In fact, the cops treated them exceptionally well. Now, you're going to fire back, well, that's because they were football players. The bottom line is, Castile was a member of the armed forces, and look what happened, okay? My point is that in this instance, this is to be celebrated for something that should happen the way that it happened, rather than people like Finebaum wanting them to be punished just to maintain his stereotype about black folks coming from poor areas of the South and playing for football powers. No, I'm glad Nick Saban took it to him, and I understand that after the cameras went off, he was even worse. Good. Excellent. Done.